from what is now called a National Youth Development Agency. A National Youth Development Agency, it's an agency of government that deals with issues of young people. Basically then people. And this could be as a umzekelo. Young people would want to start their own businesses.
Sure.
Young people want to expand their businesses. Sometimes young people would want to go to a bank, but because they do not have the collateral, so young people then would need to access funding, for instance, for businesses. Hence, then we have the funding part of a National Youth Development Agency. So, if young people want to start their businesses, they come to us.
Okay.
That's just as an example. But there are other areas where, as I was saying, we intervene where there's young people. If, for instance, young people are looking for jobs, we have what we call a jobs database where young people can submit their CVs, and then we can lobby companies, private or whatsoever, to say to them, look, if you're saying you want to employ young people, here's a database. Please. And we also do trainings, for entrepreneurs, which is part of a priority for us. When young people, remember, when we give them funding, we need to make sure the money are to the right person. So we need to make sure people don't just to train these young people good business the do's and don'ts and of business and so on and so forth. Well, but necessarily, as I said, we are the custodian of young people in the country, and we report directly to the office of the president, so that the young people can this is what the National Youth Development does. So if young people really want to, if we can't help them, we will refer them to the relevant structures that we work with. Yes, ma'am.
Interesting. And then, I think you've already mentioned, some of the different ways in which you intervene, because I think what is at the core of what you're saying is your responsibility is to intervene where young people are, like to try and make a change and to try and support young people and help them, whether it's through business or, assisting them with getting jobs, growing their businesses, starting. There's a lot that you do. In terms of, some of the different programs that you have, if, specifically young people want to know, this is what you some of the programs that you offer, and someone listening in and wanting to align themselves, how can they be able to get further information regarding the specific programs that you have? I know by you're saying they are around businesses, they are around jobs, they are around trainings, and also you're able to refer them, but do you have like specific programs that you're running, can be those that are currently open, and how does a young person engage with those opportunities or programs that you may have?
Yes. COVID in a way assisted in that right now we use internet kakulu.
Okay.
So young people really, if they know exactly what is it that they need, they can go onto our website, rp.nyda.go.
Right.
Now, when you get in there, that website will outline all of the necessary programs that we engage in. You are looking for a bursary, you click on that. Maybe you are looking for a training, you click on that. Maybe you are looking for assistance to write a business plan, you click on that. So and so on and so forth. So just offices, if they there is issues of internet and data and so on. But if young people feel they can come to our offices, yes, they are feel free to come to our offices. We can help them there. But I'm just saying there are programs that we have, then you will find them online. But we are very strong on people who want to start businesses. We are very strong on in those bursaries. For instance, we have a scholarship, a Solomon Mahlangu Scholarship Fund. We have also a funding where people, struggler to pay off into ezithile mhlambe umuntu waba nesikoloto at one point. So there is a fund that we put aside so that people can then access that. Yeah. So these are some of the things that we are strong with in helping young people.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yes.
Now, looking at Mklambi, you know, the young people that you have already assisted, and if someone were to say, I'm a young person, or yes, I'm a young person and I want to access some of these opportunities, what would you say are the ways in which a person can ready themselves? Because sometimes, you know, you know. So what would you say, Mklambi, are some of the ways in which young people can ready themselves so that they can be able to access these opportunities, especially when it relates to business? You can also talk to some of the mistakes that entrepreneurs or young people make, you know, that cause them and access some of the opportunities that you offer as the NYTA, so that and ready themselves to take up the opportunities that are there.
Yes. Yeah, Thandi, look, Kanti, actually you were supposed to be a nurse. And then a nurse. And then you find yourself with kuba ubone ubani succeed as an entrepreneur. You wanted to follow. So but by that I'm saying you need to know what you want.
Okay.
You need to be clear.
Okay.
What is it that you're really looking for? Particularly what business. Okay. You need to know, you must check your niche market.
Okay.
You must check is there an opportunity for one to copy omnye. And le business leyo lo muntu uyayazi yena ngolu hlobo lwakhe. But ke na wena uthi uyangena kule business ufumana research. You must research your market.
Okay.
And show your market, you know about it in and out. And then you can then from there move to come and knock at our doors, which are always open. Okay. And we are always, as I said, we can help you with Bali business plan, a presentable business plan that will help you to access this funding. And obviously, once you have done your business plan and you have been accepted, maybe that kind of a thing, young people tend to then think, I'm going to get money, and then once I get the money, I'm going to buy a BMW and pointed shoes. Which is so, and which is not the case. When you get your funding, you have to use it for exactly what you intend. It was intended for, and which then also just makes me clarify. We buy you this equipment that you say you require for your business.
Sure.
Say ufunuguqala hair salon. We will show you because we start with training before we can move to your funding. Within the training, you will be told, you have to go and look for quotations for this equipment that you are looking for. You have to bring 3 quotations, and then we can then choose from Tinauti ama equipment that will fit the money.
Sure.
And probably also just to talk about the money. The money that we buy equipment for, it ranges from 1,000 to 100,000 rand.
Okay.
So it gives inigwa trenches. So we will, for instance, start you off by buying you equipment for 50,000. And then you can then later on, if you find with your business expands, come back for the so these are the things that we help young people with when they are starting their business. But what is important here is that they need to have missed something, and this might be your failure along the road. So we want to make sure we train you correctly. Yes.
Well capacitated.
Yes,
now, when it comes to the industries in Mklambi that you focus on, especially when we're looking at funding for business, do you cater for all industries, or do you have exclusions? Like, let me make an example and say someone in the IT space wants to start like an internet cafe, is something like that worthy? Or someone else who is in the agriculture space who wants to, plow their field, and then something else, someone who's doing pharmaceutical like products, who's doing like your beauty and essential product, like is your space of coverage in terms of sectors wide enough, or do you have like exclusions that you like, no, we don't get here, or is it case by case? How does that work?
Yes, yeah, a very big question also. Yes, important question. Yes, we do have some exclusions, some obvious exclusions,
like
where we won't fund drugs,
like the sin. Okay, sure,
exactly.
sure.
So
Okay.
we wouldn't fund drugs really, but
illegal and
yes,
all
that kind of a thing. So generally that would be the standard
Sure.
exclusions. But we do have some kind of a list that
Okay.
would state what is it that we necessarily exclude. But again, I'm safe when I say generally the sin. Those are excluded. But otherwise, apart from that, we fund anything. Yeah, we fund as long as you can show us that you
want to
mean
make
business.
this.
Yeah, you mean business. Yes.
And then in terms of turnaround times, let's say I applied today and everything is in order. I mean, this is month 1. Let's say everything is in order. I've submitted all the documentation from my side as the young person wanting assistance for my business, and I have ensured that everything on my side I'm clean. I've submitted all the quotations, the business plans. I have gone to the meetings if meetings will be needed for me to present, and I've done all of that. And then when the ball is in your court, on average, what is your turnaround times in order for me to get then the payout or the equipment or the quotations paid out so that I'm able to start my salon, for example?
Yes. Ideally, we're talking 6 weeks.
Okay.
When your ducks are in a row.
Okay.
Yeah, but then hurdles come. You find there's a signature that was left out.
Delayed.
There's a particular document that was left out, so that would then prolong the process. But otherwise, as I'm saying, ideally we would want to see a turnaround of like 6 weeks. People need to start their business, so we need to try. Under circumstances, we need to see as quick as possible. So yes, ideally 6 weeks.
Two more things, and then I let you go.
Yeah.
One is during this youth month, it's a youth month, and you said it yourself that you are the custodians of young people, in the country. So definitely there have to be some events or activities that you're going to be doing, and what is planned currently?
Look, there's generally some activities for June 16 specific that are going to be taking place. If you go on to our website, there is a calendar of events there that would describe, in fact, month-long activities.
Sure.
However, the major one is June 16, where the president will be speaking. It will be happening in Mthatha.
Okay.
Yeah, June 16. So you will find with most of activities would, maybe particularly here around Eastern Cape, they would be concentrated towards the June 16. However, as I'm saying, that's the major one. But if people want to participate in any activities that are planned, go on to our website, nyda.gov.za. There they will find the calendar of events that would say what is happening where.
Yes. Lastly, contact details. Which office? You keep saying we must go to the office, and Tina, we are based in the Kisani district.
Yes.
We are based in Queenstown. So which office, what's the nearest office that we can go to, and maybe what contact details can we get for that office?
Yes. Necessarily, yes, we have a footprint countrywide.
Okay.
We are a national office, so every town, every city has our offices. But
sure.
particularly with the Krisani, our address is number 22, DCD building, Cathcart Road. And a telephone number that you can use is 087 086 9674.
Sure. Thank you so much, Mbulelo.
Yes, ma'am. The interview book ngathi ngapheli ngathi ndingaya oko.
We'll bring you back again sometime.
Oh yes, I'll be glad. I'll be glad to come back.
So much.
Thank you so much, Thandisa.
Well, Mbulelo with Gadi Community Radio, you have heard us here on the show, Besnaeke, or Mr. Hobo from the National Youth Development Agency. We're going to look at our business update and also talk to some of the points that he made a mention to around into abantu that are structured to ensure that they're able to assist abantu abatsha in everything that they possibly can. Baya intervene ke zininzi izinto azimentionele, and I'm going to talk to them when we come back from the song.